Today's episode is sponsored by the end of 2024. We made it. Um, Throw your cap up in the air, and you have graduated from 2024. Congratulations. You're
Thank
moving
you
on
so
to
much.
2025.
Wow, we
That
did
is
it.
that is if one of us doesn't get run over in the next, you know, 10 or so days.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Anything can happen, but
crossed.
fingers crossed.
Welcome to Me and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Surprise! We have one more episode.
One more.
We didn't want to end the year without saying bon voyage to 2024.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, when this episode drops, who knows? It could be tonight. It could be
It,
tomorrow.
whatever that means, I don't know when we're recording this. But if you made it here, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Julie is here. Julie, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Julie, you have are those antlers as we call them in the
Yeah.
biz?
Look at him.
Oh, and you have a Christmas sweater on too.
Oh, yeah. In sync
And
theme.
sing Happy Holidays,
That is a
Merry Christmas.
solid. I don't like Christmas music. That is a solid Christmas album.
Oh, so you only like Christmas music when white men sing it, but when white women sing it, it's the worst thing you've ever heard in your entire life. Wow.
No, that's not what I
Well,
said.
that's what I
I just
understood.
said the continuous release of Christmas music, Kelly Clarkson, is a problem for me personally.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a couple things I want to update everybody on. Julie attacked me as soon as she came on the Zoom, and she said, "Where's your fucking holiday cheer, you fucking little Grinch?" Um,
That feels excessive.
that's how I understood it.
Okay. We should go back to school and relearn how to understand things because you're not understanding them correctly.
Okay, my apologies. What did you say?
I said, bitch, if you don't put on. No, I just said, where's your Christmas stuff?
Yeah, no, I don't have any. My mother asked me well, actually, I called home the other day, and then my little sister said, "Do you have a Christmas tree?" I said, "No, I don't have one Christmas thing in here." And my mom literally said, "Ay, no seas tan codo."
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. Are you gonna buy me the Christmas tree, Mom? How
Well,
about
and
that?
then I said, "Well, how about you give me some more money?" She called me cheap, is what she called me.
Yes,
Can you guys
yeah.
believe that?
Well, no. Rude.
Well, now I'm not gonna get her a Christmas present, and
Well,
that's her own
obviously.
fault.
I
So
mean, 'cause she only has herself to blame.
only
Yeah. And if she doesn't understand it, you can send her this podcast episode.
I will. Hmm. She won't know how to start it, but oh well.
Another one of her own problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not cheap. Okay. You see that lamp? It was expensive. Okay. I'm just kidding. Not this lamp. But when I get a new lamp, it'll be nice and
It's
expensive.
gonna be expensive.
But not this one. This one I'm putting in her home to get it out of the way. Talk about cheap. Anyways. Oh yes, I was like, what else did you do to me? I was stretching and I maybe moved a little bit too far back in my chair and I almost fell out of my chair. And she pointed and she laughed at me. And by she, I mean Julie. And she said, "Ha ha." And I said, "What? I have a high chair. I'm up. I'm up here, okay? I can touch the ceiling." And she
A
said,
little extreme.
"Okay, well, okay." And she said, "Well, what else do you want me to do?" I would have laughed anyways.
Mean, so I'm supposed to lie?
I said I could have hurt myself. And she said, "Ha ha ha."
I would have laughed, and then you would have been like, "No, I actually hurt myself," and I would have felt bad.
Mm. And then what would you have done?
I mean, can I do? I'm over here, and you're over
Hey, are
there.
you okay? Can you
Oh,
stand up? Do you need me to call an ambulance for you?
oh. What if I'm
Can you?
still laughing?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, okay. I've gotten it all off my chest. Your turn.
Nothing on my chest. You've done nothing to me.
Oh, literally nothing? Like,
I mean,
ha
not that I can think. Have you?
have I made your life better? Have I brought more
Oh, well,
laughter into your life?
yeah. Of
Okay.
course. You didn't hear me? I was cackling. Yes. You have brought so much laughter into my life. You have 100% made it better.
Thank you. Are those new headphones that you're wearing?
These old things,
Ah, what
these
color
old
would you call
things,
them? Uh-huh.
they're brown.
They're brown. Oh,
See?
oh, okay.
These old things,
Nice. Uh-huh. Yeah.
aren't they cute?
They're very cute. How much? You got them,
Uh,
those are the ones you got on Black Friday, right?
those are the ones I got on front. Yeah, they were about 150 something.
Wow. And how can you hear me nice and clearly?
It's crisp in here.
Crisp,
It's nice and crispy. Yeah,
crispy.
it's great.
Okay. I love that. Julie, we have reached the end of 2024.
We made it.
How are you? How are you feeling? What is your grade? What ranking do you give 2024? What have
You
you
know
learned?
what? Oh my God, what haven't I learned? Um, I have learned, I have learned so much.
So much.
Starting with do not be friends with someone that keeps tally on what they're doing for you and what you're doing for them.
And who was
Uh,
that? Who did that?
their name is, I don't know. You can end friendships and they can still be beautiful.
And whose friendship did you end? What was that?
Too soon. Give
Okay,
me
too
two
soon.
years and I'll
Okay,
say the
2
name.
years. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Yeah,
Text me
it's
if you
gonna
want
be.
to
Oh my God.
know.
I learned you can have fun by yourself.
Mm, you went on a solo trip for your
I went
birthday.
on a solo trip and it
Wow.
was so fun. I learned uh you can start being serious about work and it's not the end of the world.
Mm,
You don't have to stifle your creativity in order to think of a plan B as a career.
mm.
I learned a lot, don't lose hope. Even at the very end, you could be like, I'm gonna be unemployed. This is the last day that I'm working, and it works out.
Mm.
It works out. Um, and you can cry. You can cry
You
and
really went through a
feel
lot this year.
and be sad, and it's okay. And you can still you can have a horrible 3 to 6 months
Mm,
out of 12 months, which is a
mm-hmm,
lot.
mm-hmm.
And you can still get to December of the year and say, I would give this year a B plus.
Wow.
So you got to wait till the very end of the journey in order to really see what you got going on.
Let me tell you something about what we saw this year.
Tell me.
We saw a phoenix rising from its ashes.
Wow, poetic.
And that phoenix had purple hair.
Wow, that's
That
beautiful.
the phoenix is you.
Delivery was perfection.
Thank you.
No notes.
Thank you. From friendship endings to being fired to depression, my goodness, everything was thrown at you. But you want to
It
know what I
was.
saw when you came back?
Tell me.
Stronger,
Wow.
brighter,
Oh,
happier, funnier, smilier.
yeah.
It was all there.
Yeah. I
What do you
feel it.
think? What was it? What made you go over the hump?
Friends.
Mm,
People need people.
name them.
Adrian,
Thank you.
Angie,
Angie,
Michael,
Michael,
Candace.
Candace.
Fr-
Sorry. Yes.
Katie.
Who?
Katie, my friend Katie.
Katie.
Katie, you have all been wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Some of you, you had a cap, but a lot of you kept it coming.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, people need people. You need people to vent, and you need people. Uh-huh.
People, people who need people are the
Exactly.
luckiest people in the world. Yeah.
Wow, you get it.
Yeah.
You get
Well,
it.
Barbara
Yeah.
Streisand got it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. What
Okay.
about you?
What about me?
Tell
What
me about
about
your
us?
2024.
Um, my 2024 was, I wish I could put it into words, but
Okay.
instead I have prepared a interpretive dance. Head over to our YouTube channel as I
Run over to our
insert.
YouTube. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
I'm just kidding. Um, what did I learn? I learned that you shall not be responsible for other people's feelings.
Ooh, scream it from the rooftops.
You shouldn't be responsible for other people's feelings, and that people are going to feel and do things
Mm.
that I have no control over, nor should
Mm-hmm.
I try to control them.
Right.
Um, yeah, I've learned that patience,
Mm.
patience,
Yeah. Is necessary for many a thing.
patience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I love my friends
Mm.
and I love, um, yeah, I had to work really hard. That was not
Yeah.
fun. Oh, transition. I did clearly not prepare anything. Transitions in life.
Mm.
I'm in a new place, new beginnings, new things, new
Yeah.
people, new friends.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's all
Beautiful.
yeah. It was an okay year. It was decent. I would say it was better than 2023 for me personally.
Right.
For me personally, it was better than 2023, but I learned a lot about the things that were happening in 2023 that made a lot more
Mm.
sense.
Yeah.
Put things into
Sometimes you need
perspective.
it. There
Perspective.
it is. That's the
Perspective.
word. Yep.
Perspective.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you really, really want to try to find the answer, the reason, the rhyme for a thing, and you're not gonna get it.
And sometimes you don't get the answer right away. I haven't gotten
No.
the answer to a lot of things, but um
Another thing you need patience for.
patience. Patience and
Hmm.
perspective.
Yeah.
A memoir. Um
Beautiful.
yeah, there's a lot. I feel like a lot happened, but then a lot didn't happen at the same time.
Same.
Um, and so, time is a construct.
Yeah.
But I go into 2025
Mm.
cautious, but with an abundance.
Mm.
Abundance, that's another word.
Hmm.
Abundance. With an abundance of hope. Yeah,
Mm. Which will be necessary.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But nothing can kill me now.
We've gone through so much.
Yeah.
May as
Yeah.
well finish it out.
Might as well. There's
I
still a couple
mean,
days left.
yeah. Yeah.
Um yeah, I thought I feel like I learned a lot in my own mind
Yeah.
about
So do
myself.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
us.
I know.
Growth.
I've spent an entire year in therapy.
Wow. Congratulations. That is a very big deal.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I
Yeah.
love that.
Thank you. That was fun. I like my therapist.
Good. And if you go to therapy and you don't like your therapist, that doesn't mean quit. That means you can try another one until you find the right one.
You know how many liberal arts majors there are out there? My goodness.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of them want
Yeah.
to be therapists. Um, and so yeah, I have enjoyed it. I'm not leaving,
Right.
but I've really enjoyed it. And I feel although there still may be a lot of things to learn and to discover
Mm,
because we're never the same person that we were the day before,
right.
um, I do feel like I have learned a lot from it about
Right.
myself, about other humans, and
Hmm.
not specifically anybody, but just about why people do things. And um, it's been an enjoyable process, I would say, for myself.
Good.
Yeah.
Look at you growing up.
I did have a reflection with my therapist this past week about anxiety because there were
Okay.
certain things that would make me particularly anxious and still do. Um, but it's not to the level
Mm,
of what it was making me, of how anxious things were making me.
hmm
Um, and I want to say for myself, I don't consider myself a too like anxious person.
hmm
Um, but even then, I found there were anxieties that I didn't know about.
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, here I am.
Self-discovery.
Self discovery.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Breaking news, because I just remembered what else I learned.
What?
Jaime, listen up. Turn the volume up on your headphones.
Oh my God. Go ahead. It's a
Chromatica.
Christmas miracle.
Chromatica.
Wow.
I listened to it
Okay.
in
And
its entirety multiple times,
oh my gosh.
and I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. Okay. What is it? Tell us your favorite songs.
It was a good, let me pull it up because I don't know the songs by name yet.
Sure.
Um,
Totally fine.
but I really, okay, so I've heard Stupid Love, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Plastic Doll,
Uh-huh.
911, Fun Tonight, I really, really enjoyed. Enigma is a really fun time. I mean,
Uh-huh.
again, I listened to it on repeat a couple times. Babylon is also really good. I
Uh-huh.
mean, the entire album is very extremely solid.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Very much enjoy. Very much confused as to why more people don't talk about it
I agree. I think it's a
because
I think
mhm.
it's a really, really good album.
It's a good album and it's a fun album. And I feel like sometimes what her diehard fans always complain about is the fact that like she's so serious now. But like Chromatica is a super fun album. Like they're acting like she's been singing jazz nonstop for like 500 years. Like, can you let her do her thing? If she wants
Mm,
to get up there and sing some jazz, you let her. But
let
yeah,
her.
Chromatica is super fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Speaking of Jaime, oh, not you rolling your eyes at
I was
Jaime.
gonna
No,
say,
you were rolling your eyes. No,
I
Jaime, I
just,
hope you watch this moment on YouTube because the way she rolled her eyes all the way back to her butt cheeks, let me tell you something. Wow.
first of all, if to know me is to love me, okay? So I'm gonna roll my eyes, Hyman, and I hope you remember that I said I was gonna do something and I did it. Did I need to be reminded 3 times? That's not the point. The point is that I did it and I enjoyed it. So I guess thank you for reminding me, but also watch yourself. That's a little too much with the keeping tabs on the things that I promise on here. Okay? Great.
You've been warned.
You've been warned.
Well, speaking of,
Tell me.
I last episode, I forgot to include a piece of fan mail from Jaime that he had already sent, but I
Oh
didn't know was there.
no.
And so when I saw him over the weekend, he
Oh,
accosted me
I bet he did.
in the middle of a public space, by the way,
I love to see that.
and said, "Where the fuck is my other fan mail? I worked so fucking hard. I did this and I did that." I was like, "Bro, I didn't know. I'm sorry."
Bro.
We call each other bro. It's supposed to be funny because,
It is.
you know,
Yeah.
we're we're gay. Um,
No.
well,
Who
he
said?
is. I don't know about me. Um, so I'm gonna play that fan mail right now,
Okay. Better be
and
good.
I think that you'll like it.
Okay, let's see.
Here we go. Oh my God, I just turned off my phone. Yeah, hold on. I don't know how to use my phone. Okay, here we go. Okay, I
Okay.
know I already sent fan mail. This now is I don't know, 3, 4 days ago, and I know it didn't make it into this week's episode, so it'll come out after Thanksgiving. But I have been thinking about this all day. And Benny Blanco, Adrian, I just decide with Julie on this. I also sent a TikTok in the Instagram thread with the video that like I has been burned into my head of Benny Blanco's feet. Speaking of feet, I know this episode "Sweaty Feet" came up, and I'm sure your feet are not like this at all, Adrian. But yeah, Benny's feet are just that image I will never get out of my head, and so just since then, I just that's what I envision him as, and I just he gives me I'm a straight man who doesn't wash my ass energy. And I normally would not be one to kink shame. And yes, I'm going to categorize your attraction to Benny Blanco as a kink because I don't understand it otherwise. Anyways, okay, bye. First of all, why are you driving and sending fan mail at the same time, Jaime?
You leave Jaime alone.
Oh, okay.
You leave that poor kid alone. He's just trying to make us smile. You're attacking him.
For those of you who don't know, we were talking about the people's sexiest man alive, and one of the people that they mentioned was Benny Blanco. I happen to say, I don't think he's like the ugliest person in the world. If I were to see if the pictures that I saw from his Instagram of his face were like, okay, that's he's not ugly. I think he is handsome.
Okay, well,
And
even that's a
apparently,
lie.
what did I say then?
Well, that statement is a lie because even looking at his face, I'd be concerned. But other than that, you said you thought he was cute. You didn't say, "Oh, I guess if." No,
I
no,
said he was
no, no,
handsome.
no.
I literally
Yeah,
said I said he was handsome.
I zoned out the last half of that, but but the because I was already getting ready to yell at you. But
I don't.
that's a problem.
Okay, first of all, I just want to make it clear. I'm not trying to fuck this man. I
Did you
don't
see the video that Haim is talking about that he sent in?
know.
Okay, I did.
Okay, so tell me what happened.
Benny Block is like on doing a podcast or something, sitting like crisscross applesauce a little bit, and you can see his toes, gnarly nails, dirty
Okay.
feet, dirty nails.
Okay.
And
That
that's your man.
okay, first of all, the
And that's
audacity
your man.
the audacity of both of you trying to say that I would be attracted to that is nasty and it's defamatory and it is I'm going to sue both of you
But you
because
just admitted to saying that he was attractive.
I have never seen the man's feet,
And
okay?
is it my fault that you're calling men attractive without doing your proper research? And that's my fault. And that's my fault?
Okay. 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 You
I
know
think
what?
we can all
You know
agree that
what? When I get married and both of you are like, why have we never met this person? It's exactly this reason because you're going to be
because
like,
he's gonna have
you're
ugly
dating
feet.
that. Okay. No,
Because
he's not going to have ugly feet. Okay. But you're judgmental.
who's just okay? And you just met Jaime and I right now, or when?
Listen, I am not here to defend Benny Blanco. I'm not marrying Benny Blanco. I don't want anything to do with Benny Blanco, okay? I just shared an opinion that
You're
I
very
thought.
defensive.
I'm not defensive.
Very
I'm
defensive.
stating the facts. I'm stating
Very
the facts.
defensive for someone
This is
who,
supposed to be the holiday episode. Where is the holiday cheer?
well, you brought up Benny Blanco, so here we are. But
I didn't. Jaime
uh,
did.
okay, first of all, you cannot get defensive over a statement that you yourself
No,
made
but you're
without
twisting my
doing the
words.
proper
You're
research.
twisting my words. I
Class, did
never
he
saw
not
his
just say,
feet.
okay, no, but the feet is a part of his existence. And if you don't know that everybody, that most human beings on this world have feet that you should take into account, then who am I to educate you? You're not trying to educate yourself. I don't know what to tell you.
If I saw a pretty lady down the street and I said, that woman is attractive, and then
Uh-huh.
you smell her pussy and you said that's the foulest thing I've ever smelled, how am I supposed to know that her pussy
Here's
smelled
the
really
thing.
bad?
I personally, I mean, don't recommend, don't enjoy, don't like it, but I don't think a smelly pussy would change someone's attractiveness, to be quite honest.
Okay.
What I'm saying is Betty Blanco's feet are in addition to what we're already working with.
Okay.
And I'm saying what we're already working with is wild that you said is attractive.
I don't know anything about Benny Blanco. Could not tell you what song, what with, what, where, when, why. I saw a young man with curly hair and a
And he,
cute smile, and I said, he's cute. He's
and I'm
handsome.
confused. And that is, I'm all still confused
Okay.
because I
Okay.
think we saw the same picture.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, listen, when I get invited to Selena Gomez's wedding, I'm not bringing either of you. Okay.
she's not going to invite you. You think her fiance is cute. She's trying to get you away from him. You're not invited to that wedding. If anything, she's inviting me because she knows, oh, this bitch is going to stay away from my man.
Jaime, how about you stop sending in fan mail? How about that? Because you seem to be dividing us here. He is just like the Russians. All he wants to do is cause turmoil here.
I've always said, Jaime, if there's one thing about him, he's like the Russian.
He's just like the Russians.
Yeah, for
Ugh,
sure. For
Jaime.
sure.
Jaime.
Jaime, we're actually blocking you on Instagram. You can't do this to us. You can't keep getting away with this. You can't.
Yeah. Somebody send fan mail about how we love each other. How about that?
Please.
Nobody celebrates friendship anymore.
No
Nobody
one does.
celebrates
No,
love. Nobody
no.
celebrates intimacy anymore.
Right. That's us. We're full of love and intimacy
Yeah.
together.
Okay, what are your hopes and aspirations for 2025?
I hope to get laid.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get fucked.
Okay.
But like a good one. Like not we're not fucking for shits and giggles anymore. We're serious business.
Do you have someone in mind?
Zero people in mind. No people in mind.
Okay.
What else am I hoping for? Less depressive episodes. So a couple of days ago, she almost got me. Depression
Ugh.
had its grips on me, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like a failure. I feel disgusting. I'm the ugliest human being to ever walk this earth. I'm never gonna find anybody. I am so ugly. Can't even look in the mirror. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I don't have a degree. I suck at life. Look at where my life is at. You're a failure. And then I said, breathe. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
This sucks right now, but you're feeling things that aren't real,
absolutely.
and everything's going really good.
Yeah.
It's just your brain
It's
that's a little
just
broken.
it was those chemicals saying, "Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
It's been going a little bit too good in here and I
Yeah.
don't feel loved."
Yeah.
And you put a stop to it.
Yeah, it was rough, but we're here now. I have once again remembered that joy exists. It is real. Work has been going really good for me specifically. And and the world sucks and so many things are bad. People are broke. People are losing their jobs left and right. Oh my God, I feel like the FBI agent on my phone is working overtime because all I keep getting are videos about layoffs on my TikTok. And I'm like, these poor people going through it over the holidays. It's stressing me out. But you know what? You have to find pockets of joy. You have to, or you're gonna go crazy.
Well, and let's remember that you too got laid off.
And it worked out.
It did. It always will.
It will eventually.
It always will.
Yeah. And it sucks for a minute, but it you can get back on track if you just gotta keep trying.
Keep trying.
Believe in
Get
it,
back on the horse.
manifest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get fucked? Less depressive episodes. What else are
Less
you
impressive
manifesting? What else do you want?
episodes. Colin Farrell, as we can see, it did not happen this year.
Okay.
Not for lack of effort,
No.
because his people are sick of us. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, us.
Well, we're a brand.
Okay.
So,
Well, but
and the
let's
brand
be clear
says,
about who the
okay,
stalker
our
is.
email signature says
Okay.
Adrian and Julie. So it could
Yeah.
be either one at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if
So
he comes on and he falls in love with me? How would you feel about that?
I'd kill you with my bare hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
With both of your hands.
Yeah.
Is that
Both of
what you
them.
said? Wow.
100%.
And what method would you choke me? Would you
That would
stab
take too long.
me?
I can't look at you in the face while I'm killing you.
You
That would be
you'd want to
horrible.
get it done right away.
I'd stab you in the back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'd stab you in the back. I don't want you to look at me when you're dying because
Uh-huh.
I that would make me feel bad and maybe I'd take it back, but the knife's already inside you. So how are you gonna do that?
Wow.
You gotta
You've thought about this.
you gotta push through. You gotta push through for sure, for
Wow.
sure. Then I would go outside.
Uh-huh.
I would break your window from the outside because I'm not an idiot. People
Uh-huh.
always break the window from the inside to fake a
Uh,
robbery, but then
uh-huh.
the glass falls on the outside, and the cops are like, that
Mm,
doesn't make any sense.
mm,
I would walk outside in my bare feet
uh-huh.
as to not leave shoe tracks,
Okay,
right?
but you're leaving
No,
all
no, no.
kinds
I'd
of
shuffle.
okay. All right.
You shuffle.
Uh-huh.
I would break the window. I would
Uh,
uh I would get blood on my hands so that because I tried to help you, I covered the wound. But I'd make sure you were dead first, because then what if I accidentally do save your life? You know what I mean?
mm,
Then I
mm-hmm,
would call 911,
mm-hmm,
and then I would say hysterically,
mm-hmm,
obviously,
mm-hmm.
that someone broke in and killed you.
Here, let's do it. 911,
No.
what's your emergency?
No, I can't do
Oh,
it.
you don't
No, no,
know.
no.
You don't want to you can't access the feelings of how devastated you would be.
Not right now.
Mm, interesting. We have to be the most unhinged people on the internet. My
Unhinged.
God.
I want to go on record and say that if somehow, knock on wood, but if he gets murdered, it really wasn't me. I because now I feel like now this is evidence. Why don't you
Uh-huh.
just look out your
Well,
window?
I'm trying to make sure that there's nobody around. What if this episode never makes it on air?
Well,
Wow.
don't look outside. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
This is actually a green screen. I'm right outside your
Okay.
window.
Wow. All right.
Oh my God. What about you for 2025? What are you looking for? What do you want?
I saw a video on Instagram the other day where Oprah was interviewing this man. I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
And I forget what the question was exactly,
Okay.
but it was something to do with like what um what like makes people happy or whatever. Or no, hold on. See, my brain. It's
It's okay.
there was a study about men that followed them for a long time, and it was like what really mattered to them,
Mm,
and it was happiness,
mm,
and it was love. It wasn't money.
right.
It wasn't status. It wasn't material things. It was happiness and the love that happiness brought into somebody's life. And he said, people wait too long. They wait
Mm-hmm.
and then they die.
Mm.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait. And I wait a lot. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
waiter.
Okay.
I am a waiter
Okay.
because, and I should talk to my therapist about this,
Okay.
but I talk about a lot of things and
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any of them. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
You know,
I'm like that too. So what's the plan?
you
Are
have to
we gonna
just,
stop doing this?
you have to just do it.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
don't think that there is a plan. I don't think that there is a, this is how I'm going to do it.
Right.
You just have to do it. You have to live
Okay.
your life. I want
Yeah.
to now. I don't think, it's not that I'm not living my life, but I want to live my life. I want to go do the things that I say that I want to do.
That's
Those
beautiful.
these are things that I do talk to my therapist about, but I haven't told him about this video. Anyways, that's what I want to do. I don't want to
Yeah.
wait. If I want to do something, then I'm going to do it.
That's beautiful.
And I need you to hold me accountable.
Okay. What's the first thing you want to do in
Well, hold
2025?
on, hold
Okay.
on, hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, do you see?
Slow your roll, Julie.
Okay.
Okay. We haven't even, it's December 19th. We
Okay.
haven't even gotten to Christmas yet.
Okay. Jaime,
No, don't bring him into this. Don't bring
it's
him
because
into it.
I'll forget. Jaime, remind us on the after the first episode, remind us that this is a thing and that we have to pick a thing that we've been saying we're
Not
gonna
a
do.
thing,
Okay.
all the things.
Okay, right, but all the things is overwhelming, Adrian.
Well,
We
okay.
can't do all the things in January. We
Okay.
got to do
Okay.
a one thing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So in
Okay.
Jaime,
Okay.
Jaime, jot this down. If you could remind us after the first episode in January that we have a thing to come up with, a thing that we have been putting off for whatever reason, that we finally not only get to say out loud in January, but have to do by the end of January.
Right. Yeah. Okay, a couple things.
Okay.
Um, I want to go on a trip somewhere. Don't ask me
Okay.
where. Don't, I have no idea. But I
Okay.
want to go somewhere. I want to spend more time traveling.
Okay.
But I'm not a big traveler. I just want to, go somewhere. It could be
Okay.
up the road, who knows.
Okay.
Um, what were other things? Oh, I want to buy the things that I want to buy.
Okay.
Um, I want to express more of my feelings.
Okay.
I want to take more photos. I don't take enough photos, I think.
That was a resolution for you a couple years ago.
Oh, now you know everything about me? My God. Okay. Nobody, I'm not bringing up your old resolutions. My God. Wow.
Going. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Um, hmm. Um, yeah, those are the only things I can think of right now. But I want to do the things that I say I want to do. And I want
Okay.
to live life because I could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then what?
And then I haven't even made my funeral playlist. And
I
you think I'm
mean,
going to trust somebody else to pick the songs?
well, no.
You're going to pick 1,000 Miles by Christina Perry, probably. And I was like, that song is so overdone.
Okay, first of all, it's called 1,000 years.
A
How
thousand
dare you?
years. I didn't
Put
even
some
live a
fucking
thousand years. My
put some
God.
respect on her name. And second of all, yeah, I would play nothing but absolutely devastating songs. So you can't put that in my hands.
No,
No.
no. You're passing out the programs. Yeah.
Thank you. At least I get a job. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But we're not letting you anywhere near a microphone.
Okay. What if I steal the microphone?
My God.
Okay. I gotta say some words that people need to know.
Make a YouTube video. Make a
No,
TikTok.
no. I'm getting in front of that everybody and I'm gonna tell them my feelings on you.
Okay.
for exactly an hour and 45
But
minutes.
you would show up.
1000%.
I'm still paying for the premium Canva account, so you better make the programs. Don't let the people at the what do you
I
call
would
it?
never dare. I would pick only from your Instagram photos because I know you've already pre-approved them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
Just this episode, I mean, not the year.
Yeah. I know. I know. I don't know how many people are still listening or watching. Let's not forget about our YouTube people.
I absolutely we love you out there. It was a rough week at work last week, and this one coworker of mine, lovely gal, she's the best, was crying, and I'm a blabber.
You're a
It's
yapper.
like I can't stop. It's like I start and then suddenly, why are we talking about my podcast that I'm supposed to keep a secret at work? Like, why is this a thing?
You
So we
told
do have
her?
a new listener. We
Oh
do have a new listener.
no.
Say hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. Nicole, I just want you to know that Julie told me the story of when you guys started talking before we got on air. And I just want you to know that I agree.
Yeah.
You feel what you want to feel.
Yeah. Life is tough. If you're not feeling, then you're not living,
And
I
here we
say.
celebrate feelings.
1000%.
We may
Yeah.
not talk about them, but we celebrate them.
We 100% do. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So
Um, okay.
here we are.
You didn't tell me the part that she was already a listener. Or
I
that
know,
she
I forgot and I just remembered because I was
Mm.
like, yeah, sometimes like I don't know. I'm like trying to make you feel better, trying to make you feel better. I'm like, I talk about pop culture online if you want to ever listen to it and distract the mind from the sadness.
Would you consider yourself a yapper?
1000%. I don't know. Ask anybody that I've ever come across.
Okay, well, I was going to say yes, but I just was
Yeah.
curious
Okay.
to see what you had to
Lovely.
say. But I talked, I, I think the word yapper is a newer term, I would say, in
Uh-huh.
the last 2, 3 years, I would say. Um, at least for me,
Yeah.
I know a lot of yappers
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is. Do I
Mm.
attract? I don't, I wouldn't consider myself a yapper. But then people would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You come on here and you yap 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 yap." But
No, you're not a yapper though.
I wouldn't call myself a yapper either. Thank you, Julie.
No.
Um, but what is it? Why do they flock to me?
Maybe because you allow the yapping.
Mm, mm,
You know what I mean? You're just sitting there and I mean, but most people, I'll hit 5 to 7 topics in one conversation. Easy.
mm-hmm.
Easy. I'm
Yeah.
like, and sometimes I walk away and I'm like, why did I just tell them that?
Uh,
It's too late now. Now
now,
they know.
when you get home, are you also yapping?
Limitedly. I yap to my mom sometimes. It just doesn't hit the same. She doesn't think I'm that funny. So.
Unlimited.
My yapper, only the mere fact that my voice memos exist.
I
That's
know.
all the evidence you need.
Yeah.
That's all the evidence you need. Try keeping me under a minute long. Try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm a safe space for yappers. If you
Yeah.
feel like you need, now don't ask me to
Hmm.
recap the conversation.
No.
Don't ask me, especially 2 weeks later. Don't act surprised if I don't remember a specific part of your yapping session because
Right.
let me tell you, there's a lot of yapping sessions and my brain can only keep so much.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't even remember everything I hit when I'm yapping away. Sometimes only the big stuff, and that's usually the stuff I regret after I walk away.
Does it make you feel good? Do you get satisfaction?
It makes me feel good when I can make people laugh.
Mm.
And sometimes I feel
Is that
that's
what it
why
is? All the
I think
yappers
so.
are funny.
I think so. Like Nicole's a little bit of a yapper too, and she
You just
cracks
met
me up.
Nicole.
She cracks me up. She makes me laugh. I mean, honestly, get both of us in a room, and we got you a cute little 15-minute set.
Uh,
Okay, we're perfecting it. So I dig it. I think that is, I mean, for me, it's what it is. The more I talk, the more opportunity to probably make somebody laugh, and that's always a good time.
I just thought of a yapper that I don't want to talk about here. Um,
Okay.
but they are probably the biggest yapper I've ever met.
Ken. I'm just kidding.
No,
I just
what?
kidding.
No,
I just
that's
thought of
not
the
who.
name of someone you knew.
I mean, show that to Ken because wow. Okay. That's not who I was
Oh,
thinking about. I mean, Ken
okay.
is a yapper too. I think a proud yapper. I love all of my yappers, but there's one
Except
yapper
that
that I thought
one.
about that. No, there was one yapper that I thought about, and I was like, wow, she really talks a lot. It's
Okay,
crazy.
well.
It wasn't you. Anyways,
Okay.
um, okay. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest, Julie?
No,
Okay.
I
You
don't
know,
think so.
it's been an honor and a pleasure doing this with you this year.
Same. Same, Adrian. Always a pleasure.
Here's to more Chisme in 2025.
Yes.
It's time for the pop culture pop up. Okay, those pops were good. Wow. Did you hear them? I hate that they don't come out on the
Yeah,
actual
I don't know
recording.
why.
Just a little FYI, all the pops that you guys hear are the same pops every week. It's a
Hmm.
saved audio file because the pops, I don't know, it's something about the microphones. They don't like the pop.
Hmm.
Anyways, first up on the pop culture pop up, Julie, award season is here. Movies are out. People are talking about movies. People are watching movies.
Hmm.
Emilia Perez, starring Zoe Saldana, Selena Gomez. Unfortunately, I cannot remember the other young actress's name, but the movie's making the rounds, has a lot of buzz around it, but
Hmm.
there's some controversy.
Hmm.
Selena Gomez is speaking Spanish,
Hmm.
and people feel a certain way about it. Tell us.
Yeah. 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 Okay, so this movie exists. It's about Mexicans. That part's important. It's about native Mexicans. I think Mo Selena's character plays a Mexican American. So there's that. And I don't think she's supposed to be fluent. I started the movie. I'm not done with it. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, it's all a problem. It's all an issue. I'm sure I'll have plenty of things to say as soon as I finish this movie. It's going to take me a while though, because I don't love it, but I'm going to push through because if I'm going to be a hater, I'm going to be an informed hater. Can't just be talking shit. I got to know what I'm talking about. So, to be fair, I don't think she's supposed to play a native Spanish speaker. I think she's supposed to have broken Spanish a couple of weeks ago. Eugenio Derbez, who is a Mexican comedian actor that has made his way into American media. He has a podcast with a woman, I'm not sure of her name, and they started talking about the movie and they started speaking about Selena Gomez's performance in the film and saying how it was embarrassing. And I'm not going to quote it word for word, but basically they were saying it was embarrassing. Her performance wasn't believable. They use a word and it's not coming to me right now, but something like, oh, it's not coming to me right now and it's not gonna. But they were saying that it was like one of the worst things that could happen is watching her performance, essentially. Um, and they were just talking about that and how she speaks and it's like she doesn't really know what she's saying. So you can tell in her acting that she's just saying words. She doesn't understand what she's trying to express, which obviously would give problems to her portrayal of a character. Then Selena's fan base absolutely ripped him apart. Ripped him apart. Selena Gomez went on the video of the clip and I think she posted something like, I understand where you're coming from. You just don't attack my fans, which he didn't, by the way. All they said was like, I know we're gonna say this and the fans are gonna attack us. Like that's basically what they said. And he was like, and then someone responded to Selena, and Selena's response to that was like, "No, I agree with him. I'm just saying there's a different way to say what he's trying to say." So Selena's fully aware that maybe her portrayal is not the best, but she grabbed that Golden Globe nomination like nobody's business. So does it really matter at the end of the day? Basically, what I think, as someone who has not seen the movie yet and does not know how accurate Eugenio's criticism is, I say, from what I'm hearing from critics that I do trust and that I do listen to with the content that I myself consume, I think it's a real shame that Hollywood will only celebrate Latino stories when they're palpable to their standards. It's not that they're telling accurate representations of Latinidad, of Mexicans, because even Zoe Saldana, who plays a Spanish native speaker, and she's in most of the beginning. That's the performance that I saw the most, and I'm like, you don't even sound like you understand. Like she also didn't sound like she understood what she was saying, which is weird because I think Zoe does speak Spanish in her life. Um, And it's a musical, and the musical feels a little off. It kind of feels like that Grey's Anatomy musical episode where it's like, what are we doing and why are we doing it?
It's a musical.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just think, again, I have to say, criticism does not equal hatred. And sometimes fans need to learn when, like, defending your artist is more often causing more criticism to come their way because now it's like we're trying to prove to you that our criticism was valid when like Selena Gomez still got that Golden Globe nomination.
I think they mentioned that it was taking them out of the film because her Spanish was, you know, I guess she's
So broken or
yeah.
bad?
Yeah. Um I don't know. I feel like there's a problem. I'm not going to watch the movie to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Could have been a great script. I don't know. But there's a bit of like we don't need to hire the popular people every single time to make a
No.
good movie. You know?
Yeah.
That's my opinion about that. I don't want to shame anybody's Spanish. My Spanish is far from perfect.
Yeah.
But I um I'm not making art based on my Spanish, and I don't know. It just seems like they wanted to hire the popular people just to get the names on the film. And maybe they didn't
Yeah.
believe in the story enough. And who knows, maybe the writers fought for other people, but the studios wanted to do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
rich people. Ooh.
Yeah, but to be fair, this is a criticism that I have. Like, this is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to t television, because I feel like at the end of the day, there is a little bit more representation in Latinidad in television than there is in film. And my biggest pet peeve is when they have like a side character and an extra or something that's meant to be a Spanish native speaker, and they have like the thickest accent when they're speaking Spanish. That's like my biggest pet peeve, because it's like out of all of the actors you could find someone that has no accent to portray a person that is meant to have no accent because it's their native language. Like, so it is my pet peeve just in general, where it's like, what if it's, I'm not shaming people's actual experience of speaking Spanish, but if you're writing a character that is meant to be native speaking from Mexico and they open their mouth and they have the thickest accent, concerning. Could have done
Right.
a little bit more effort.
Right. Selena, come on the pod.
Come on the pod.
We'd love to discuss.
Yeah.
Next up on the Pop Culture Pop Up, Karen Huger. Karen Huger of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Julie, let
Mm.
me explain to you. Karen Huger is the grande dame of Potomac,
Okay.
and she's been on the show since it started. I believe we're in like season 9 now or something like that. And Karen, when the cameras were not up in between last season and this season, because the show is airing right now, in between the
Mm-hmm.
two seasons, Karen was arrested for a DUI. And that's all we knew. The show started filming again. The other cast started asking her about it. She said, I can't talk about these things. There's law stuff going on. They were going to go to court, blah, 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 blah. She's like, it wasn't that bad. I messed up, but, blah, blah. Yesterday, she went to court. They found her guilty. And later on last night, the footage from the body cam started coming out. When I tell you I was shocked, I was shocked.
Why?
I was shocked at how drunk Karen was.
Damn.
I believe she mixed pills with alcohol, which
Damn.
is what made her super intoxicated. She crashed her car. At one point,
Damn.
they had to move. They had to walk away from the car because the car started catching on fire. The airbags had been deployed. She kept asking the officers if they knew who she was. She said that they
Hmm.
call her the Grande Dame. She said Andy Cohen came up with that name. She said some other things. Um, she says she's Thomas Jefferson's concubine. She said she said a lot of crazy, crazy things.
Hmm.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for her in the sense of like, you don't wish any kind of ill will on anyone.
Hmm.
But if Karen does not take responsibility for her actions and comes to the reunion with her head between her legs,
Hmm.
ready to be honest and truthful about what happened, I don't want to hear it, Karen.
Hmm.
I don't want to hear it, Karen. You have to It's happened. You need to apologize. You need to do your time. I do think that she's going to spend some time in jail. Probably won't be too long, but I do think that she'll spend some
Hmm.
time in jail. It was really bad. You think of someone getting a DUI and you know that they're drunk and you kind of start to picture your idea of what that looked like.
Hmm.
It was not close to what I imagined it would be. It was scary. And so
Interesting.
Karen Huger um, now has to deal with the consequences and live the rest of her life with that video footage on
Yeah.
the internet forever.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah.
Um, it's, I mean, it just is.
Right.
It is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you start to watch these shows, you
Hmm.
begin to like the characters. Um, you spend 9 years with these characters.
Hmm.
The Real Housewives of OC have been on for like 17, 18 years.
Crazy. Crazy times.
I see more of them than other people in my life.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Um, and it's just sad. It's sad when anybody has to go through this and her family has to go through this and not only that, but also the other cast members have to kind of
Hmm.
it is a show where it's like I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, but still
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you also build relationships with these people. Whether you fight on air or not, like you still kind of care for them to a certain degree, unless you like really hate each other. But like
Right.
and it doesn't bring good press to the show, although who says, some people say that any press is good press, but like it just sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks. And
Yeah.
so, Karen, if you want to come on Yumi and Chisme, we're happy to have you on the pod to talk about
So happy.
anything and everything. If you
Yeah.
really want to share your story, we're happy to have you here on Yumi and Chisme.
Absolutely. Please.
Is there anything that you would like to add to this story, Julie?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the information. Now we are informed. I did see that video roaming around, but I didn't know who it was, and I didn't click on it.
Yeah, that's Karen Huger
Wow.
from Surrey
Okay.
County.
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know. Okay, and now next up on the pop culture pop up, you have a story about Brianna and Grace. Who the fuck Brianna and Grace are? I don't know, but go ahead, Julie. I got to tell
Brianna,
my story. You tell your story.
it's Brianna Chicken Fry and Grace O'Malley, who have been best friends for before they became influencers. They're little influencers. They have a podcast together under Barstool, that that company.
Hmm.
They're two best friends, two little white girls, right?
Hmm.
Besties for life. Very
Hmm.
much the outgoing pretty girl and then the quieter girl who has issues,
Hmm.
unfortunately. I mean, she's been open about it. She's talked about it. I'm going to try to condense the story because it is really, really long. So, Brianna was dating Zach Bryan,
Oh,
the country singer.
yeah.
Turns out they break up. She comes out with all of these allegations against him. He was abusive, manipulating her, abused her friends, isolated her from her family, blah, blah, blah. All of this is happening. Everyone's rooting for her. There was a podcast episode between Brianna and Grace where Grace starts telling a story about when they were younger, where they went on a vacation, they were in a beach. Grace ran away with an older gentleman, and there was an essay involved, and throughout the episode just kind of like victim blames her a lot. And it's like, well, if you didn't go, and she's like, and you didn't think about your friend, like she was at that vacation too. She's like, you didn't even think about me, and I was so worried about you. And she starts getting a lot of hate for this, right? Like, bad. Long story short, basically, they're no longer friends. Okay.
Oh.
They had a very public friendship breakup. The internet is all the rave about it because everyone was very much Team Brianna with the Zach Bryan stuff. Then they're like, well, actually, the kind of stuff that you're saying Zach Bryan did to you is kind of how you treat Grace publicly. So then they all started calling her out about the victim blaming, the way she talks to Grace, and and then when she comes out to defend herself, it's kind of like, well, you guys don't know what I did for Grace. I did this for Grace and I did this for Grace. And when I was going through this, Grace didn't look out for me. When I was going through this, why didn't she support me publicly? And everyone's like, okay, well, friendships aren't a tallying contest. And I gotta say, this entire situation and the way that it's played out publicly triggered me and is what triggered my depression because I just got out of a friendship where I'm now with some space away from it have realized that this friend was keeping tally on what not only what she was doing for me but on what I wasn't doing for her. And that's a losing battle, right? Because more often than not, are they not even communicating the things that you're not doing for them? And at the end of the day, any friend that expects you to make them the center of your universe, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It can work for a little bit of time. It can work while you're down. The minute that you get a little distracted and maybe your life looks a little bit different and you're not no longer centering them, it's going to go to shit immediately, right? Because they're not going to be able to take that attention being taken away. And I feel like this is the case with Brianna and Grace, where like Grace very much was the friend that was like needed maybe a little bit more help and needed a little bit more help to become an influencer, right? She's not as outgoing. I mean, she's a comedian, but their personalities are different, and she seemed like a little bit milder in a personality, and Brianna helped her. She moved in with Brianna when she first moved to New York. Brianna helped her get a job at Barstool and opened doors for her. And I feel like playing breakups are so hard and so complicated. And I can tell you, they're both probably right and they're both probably wrong all at the same time. That is usually the case when a friendship comes to an end. Also, in cases of, my own, I'm not saying like that horrible person. No, no, no. There's plenty of blame to go around as to why friendships don't work out sometimes. Um, and it's just been hard to see two girls that were friends since they were teenagers end a friendship very publicly. And it's just so tough. I can only imagine what Grace feels like to think Like she probably feels like I tried my best to be a good friend, and now you're airing our dirty laundry so that you don't look bad in public. So any faults of mine are now being aired in front of everyone because the general public is on my side. So you want to look better, so you have to make me look bad.
Mm.
And Grace hasn't really said anything. She's kind of like not made it very few public statements. She's not really saying much. It's just friendship breakups are hard. Friendship breakup when you and I stop being friends, it's gonna be so hard for everyone. It's gonna be
What
so hard for us.
is that a prediction you're making?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. It just sucks. Can you just imagine like publicly going through it? You have to watch every single word you say publicly because everyone will twist it and turn it and make its own story out of it. And it just, friendships are hard.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
all relationships.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're fucking them or not.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Grace is the one we like, right?
Yeah, she's the chiller one right now.
I looked them up. I see. Oh, they were at the Golden Globes last year.
They were. I mean, yeah, they
Guess they
were.
won't be there this year.
Yeah, they were getting they had their shit together. They were getting in the spotlight, but drama.
Yeah. Mm. Wow. Fame and money can really do a lot to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Especially if you have other people in your ear.
Yeah.
And I wonder what's happening at Barstool because wasn't Alex Cooper at Barstool with a different when they were she had a different friend that she did her podcast with and then
I
they broke
don't
up.
think they have an HR department. I gotta believe that they don't, because it is rough out there.
I'm flagging Barstool. Okay, put a flag
Yeah,
on it. Somebody investigate what's happening over there. And
for
why are they
sure.
tearing women apart? Because now what's going to happen is one of them is going to continue on the podcast and the other one isn't. And then that podcast, they yeah. Anyways,
It's a
uh,
whole thing.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Do you have a Latinx spotlight for, or well, I guess that's going to do it for the pop culture pop up. We'll be back next. We'll be back in 2025 with more pop culture chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
My Latinx spotlight this week is us,
What? You and me?
you and me. That we do it. We get on here, we talk, we make people laugh. I'm certain of it. And if we're not, I do listen to our episodes and I crack up personally. So I think we're hilarious. I
Uh
was just re-listening to my dead boyfriend's episode,
huh.
cackling in my car by myself.
Uh huh.
I was like, who are these two kiddos? They are a hoot.
Uh
They are a
huh.
hoot. Yeah, I love us, to be quite honest. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the podcast of 2025 is going to be You, Me, and Chisme. Chisme is at an all-time high. People want to know the Chisme. They want to hear about it. They want to participate in it. I have taught some coworkers how to be good chismosos. You need to know. You need to know to have a good time. So yeah, it's us. We have a good time. We get on here, we talk to you guys, and it's a blast.
I appreciate that, Julie. Do I get a
Thank you.
plaque or a certificate or
You get a round of
a
applause.
gift card? No? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I enjoy you, Julie.
I enjoy you too.
I love you.
I love you.
Oh, thank you. I
Look at
appreciate that.
us.
I think we'll be friends for the rest of our lives.
I think so too. Don't fuck it
Yeah.
up. No, what? Who said that?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, no, it's really a me problem if we're being honest. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna fuck it up.
I don't have a problem with you, Julie.
Thank you yet.
Okay, stop. It's not funny.
Just kidding.
Um, what happens next? I don't know. What?
Azúcar.
Azúcar. Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is, do you know who Eden's Crush is?
I do.
They have finally put out Eden's Crush album on streaming platforms. Eden's Crush,
Interesting.
yes, Eden's Crush from the show Pop Stars on the
Mm-hmm.
WB. If you know, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the name Nicole Scherzinger? This is where she
Mm-hmm.
got her start. Okay. She was in Eden's Crush. Eden's Crush is a girl group that was formed on the TV reality show Pop Stars, which, back in the day when they had Making the Band,
Mm-hmm.
with that man that shall not be named. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they had pop stars on the WB, and they came up with this girl group named Eden's Crush. I bought that CD the day it came out, and I listened to it like it was the last thing I was going to listen to. And now you can listen to it on streaming. And that is my
Mm.
Asugad. Does the album stand the test of time? Oh, but you know what? It makes me happy. So
Okay.
that's my Asugad.
I love it. Oh, they
Yes.
do.
Get
Interesting.
over yourself, goodbye. La, 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 la,
Dude, I
la,
used to
la.
love that fucking song.
Me too. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah,
I love that. Wonderful. Okay. My azúcar is, you're not gonna believe it.
tell me.
I'm now making the rounds on podcasts.
Wow. We
I was
have
a
a
guest.
star.
I was a guest on a podcast this past week. You can now go listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. The podcast is called Ready to Be Romanced, a romance novel podcast. Tori is the host of it, and she gets together with a guest every 2 weeks, I believe. They read well, beforehand, they read a book, and then they get on the podcast and they discuss the book. And we read the longest title in all of the land, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. It's a story about a young girl from Miami, a Cuban girl from Miami who is really going through it. So her parents sent her to Europe with a family friend to kind of snap out of the depression. And she meets a cute boy and her life restarts. And
Mm,
it's beautiful. It's a very cute coming of age story. Um,
always
Highly
the cute
recommend the
boy.
book.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
highly recommend the podcast as well. Tori is so fun. We had like a cute little 45-minute chat before recording the podcast, and she's so fun and she's doing great things. She also has a different podcast about pop culture, and she talks about housewives as well on there.
Oh,
Very focused on the Bravo content
fun.
over there on her end,
Did
which
you
is
tell her
fun.
that you think that the housewives are the spawn of evil?
Okay, I don't think that.
Oh, oh.
I don't think that. I want to go on record. I don't think that, but and I didn't tell her, but whatever.
Okay.
But it was so fun, and we had a great conversation.
I'm your real
And
friend, Tori.
go listen to the podcast. Go read the book. It was a great time.
Thank you. I will listen to it. Thank you very much, Julie.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, this is it.
We did it.
We did it. Cue the
Yeah.
violins.
Cue the violins.
Julie, I had a wonderful time with you this year.
So did I.
And I look forward to many, many, many more years.
Same. Same. We're gonna do exciting stuff with the podcast next year. I can feel it.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I like it. I want some more of it.
Enough out of you.
Okay.
Enough.
Cheers to you, Julie. And cheers
Cheers
to
to you.
an abundance of good things for you in 2025.
Thank you. I receive that, I take that, and I give it back.
Thank you. I receive it and I take it and I put it in my pocket. All right. And thank you to all of you for listening. Another
Yes.
year. Can you imagine? Another year. We've been doing this since 2018.
Wow. Look at
Wow.
us. Yeah.
Wow. Another year. Here we are. This is crazy. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, And here we go. Make sure that you like, review, subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter,
Hmm.
TikTok at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure you visit yumiandchisme.com. Make sure that you leave us a review. If you would leave us a review, it would be tremendous. Nicole, we're looking at you because you're the newest one here. So I just want to make that clear. Um,
Yeah,
we'd love if you would share this with someone because sharing is ultimately caring. And
absolutely.
if you do all of those things, then we'll be back in
Hmm.
2025 with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.